If you're looking for the coroner, he's down by the crash site.
Any ideas?
This is a big scene, Phelps. We need to get our bearings. Let's go see the coroner.
Mrs. McAfee, we would like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
I prefer to use my maiden name, June Ballard. You might be familiar with some of my work.
Can you tell us what happened here?
You're kind of cute for a cop. Maybe a bit on the serious side.
What about me, June? I'm a big fan of Beast of...
I don't like. Keep out of this.
Hey! Out of the way, bub!
You were giving me a thorough going over. I was just starting to enjoy it.
This is a big scene, Phelps. We need to get our bearings. Let's go see the coroner.
I heard this is a triple homicide. Is that true?
You all seem to be standing around. Shouldn't you be working?
You'll want to see this, Phelps. There, laid out on the trunk. And that isn't even the best part.
They've been torn off. Where did you find them?
They were stuffed in the young lady's handbag. I'll run a trace for semen when I get back to the lab.
She's a long way from home. Looks like they're lucky they weren't more badly injured.
Must have been unconscious. Being relaxed tends to lessen the soft tissue damage.
I don't really know too much, Detective. Maybe ask the coroner.
Drunk driver?
Maybe not.
How so?
Well, a head I found without a body piqued my interest. See what you think.
Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him, Horatio. Is it real?
No. I think it's supposed to be a replica of an Indian shrunken head. It's some kind of curio or movie prop. See the casting marks?
What's it made from?
Plaster of Paris would be my first guess, then painted.
So we can rule out the murder angle?
No, you can rule that in. That thing was wedging the accelerator to the floor. Whoever did it wanted these women dead. Never the same, are they?
We should speak to Ballard again. She might not be telling us the whole story.
This ain't the red carpet, so get out of my lens.
How bad is it? Come on, you can tell me.
You were giving me a thorough going over. I was just starting to enjoy it. You were giving me a thorough going over. I was just starting to enjoy it.
We understand that you're still suffering from the effects of the accident, Mrs. McAfee. The officer says that you claimed that you were drugged. Who did this to you?
That rat slipped us a Mickey Finn. It's no wonder I feel so dopey. I can't remember.
It's a serious offense to withhold information from the police during a criminal investigation, madam.
I told you to call me June. You're making me feel like an old lady. And don't bother your handsome head about this. My husband will settle the score with Mark Bishop. Do you get paid by the hour for doing nothing?
What can you tell us about the passenger in your car?
Jessica Hamilton. Poor Jessica. It's been a rough day for her. She's desperate to break into movies. What more can I say?
And she's your protege?
You could say that. Yeah, that's a nice way to put it.
We found a shrunken head. It was used to tamper with your car.
You see, I normally don't drive off cliffs. The last thing I remember is getting behind the wheel.
Mrs. McAfee, you're lying. Wasting our time. You know what's going on here. You just won't tell us.
You're sweet, but simple too. The burden of proof is with the law. You should run along now. Don't worry yourself. This will all get sorted out. This is the way things get done in Hollywood.
You mentioned a Mark Bishop. You think he might have had something to do with this?
He is a movie producer. As for his involvement, you just leave it to me and my husband to worry about.
I want to know what happened between you two that made him want to commit a double murder.
Bishop offered me a part in his picture. Then he withdrew it. Fact is, we had a deal. I pressed him on it, and this is where I end up.
Mrs. McAfee, I think it would be in everyone's best interest if you accompanied Patrolman Gonzalez back to the receiving hospital.
I'm going to be okay. These guys can take me home after my lawyer and I have talked to the news hounds.
Mrs. McAfee, you are still under the influence of narcotics, and you're likely to go into shock once the drugs wear off.
And I thought you were a heel. It's nice of you to be concerned.
I think we're good here. Let's go see what we can shake out of the kid.
I thought this was such a nice area.
I got friends who work at the Examiner. How about $5 for the exclusive?
KGPL to car 11K, 11 King. The car crash victim has regained consciousness at Central Receiving Hospital.
$11K Roger, en route.
Jesus, Cole!
Hello, Detective Phelps, here to interview a Jessica Hamilton.
Jessica Hamilton. Oh, yes. She's in the room, right behind you, Detective.
You can't hold me here. No! I don't need to be manhandled by...
Hello, Doctor. I'm Detective Phelps. You're attending to the young lady from the auto accident?
Yes. She's conscious now, but I doubt she'll remember much. She's still feeling some of the after effects.
Jessica was drugged?
She certainly was. Chloral hydrate would be my guess, and there's clear evidence of abuse. She's still a minor, Detective.
Someone planned a double murder to cover up a statutory rape? Swap 7 years for life and gets Guy McAfee on their case? Doesn't make much sense to me.
I guess it depends on what they had to lose.
How much is this going to set me back?
Help me out.
Kid gloves when you talk to little Jessica Phelps. But anything she can remember will be useful.
Are you quite sure of the diagnosis?
Feeling better since this morning, Jessica?
A little. My head still feels swimmy.
This isn't gonna hurt, is it? No. Are you going to sign him out? Will it hurt? Are there executives in here for the more valued clients? If it's going to take a long time.
You're making me uncomfortable. Just standing around here looking at me, not saying anything.
Do you have time to help me? That's correct. Is there a doctor I can speak with right this minute? To the maternity ward?
Don't think this is anything. Hello, Jessica. My name is Cole Phelps. I'm a policeman. I'd like to talk to you about your accident, if that's okay.
Okay.
Is there anything I can do to speed proceedings? I don't think so. So this is what a morgue looks like, huh? Are you running out of morphine again? Are you quite sure of the diagnosis? No.
Can you tell me what you remember about the crash?
It's all kind of fuzzy. I remember waking up here. Nothing happened yesterday.
Tell the truth, Jessica. Why the big cover-up?
I'm not lying to you.
You guys gonna get this rewire job done or what? Can you change my bedtime though?
We found your underwear in your handbag, Jessica. You need to tell us what happened.
The doctor told me what happened. I didn't want that. I just wanted to be a star, to be in movies. I told Junie what happened, and she told me to toughen up. That was the price of stardom.
Did she now, cold-hearted bitch?
It's not Junie's fault. It's not my first time. I had a boyfriend back home, but my father found out about him.
Even if you consented, Jessica, you're still underage.
I can speak with right this minute. Is he gonna buy the farm or what?
We need to get in touch with your parents, Jessica, to tell them what has happened.
Oh, you don't need to worry them. They sent me along to stay with Aunt June. They trust her to take care of me.
You're lying, Jessica. How are we going to make this right if you lie to us?
Please, detective, why would I lie to you?
Is your head feeling better?
Because you're a runaway, Jessica, and you don't have your parents' permission to be here. Now, do you want to tell me what really happened?
I went with Junie to this strange place. It's difficult to remember. Someone gave me a drink to calm my nerves, and then I felt faint. I think I must have passed out.
Did you start them on morphine? Is there anything I can do to speed proceedings? No. You guys gonna get this rewire job done or what?
How did you meet Mr. Bishop?
Well, Junie is a big movie star. You probably know that. She's doing a new movie.
Is it a factor? Did you do it to the maternity ward? That's correct. Do you remember calling that to me?
What's the story with Bishop and Mrs. McAfee? Why does he want the two of you dead?
That can't be true. Mr. Bishop seemed very happy today. I mean, yesterday.
And that's why he wedged a shrunken head against the accelerator pedal and punted the two of you over an escarpment?
I overheard Junie speaking to him on the phone a couple of times. Screaming, really. She can be very hard sometimes, Junie. But they seemed okay yesterday, like they worked it out.
Do you feel any better today, sir? Do you know how much the operation is?
You're making me uncomfortable. Just standing around here looking at me, not saying anything.
Can you change my bedtime?
I know what happened to you, Jessica. Where exactly did it take place?
Please, it's scary. It's really difficult to think of anything.
You know where the bathroom is? Is your head feeling better?
Jessica, I really need you to help me here.
I remember the mermaid.
Was the mermaid in the movie too?
No, it was on the front of a building. We pulled up in front of the mermaid.
Thank you, Jessica. You've been a big help. Here's my card. If you think of anything or you need some help, just get in touch, okay?
Okay.
I think it might be a good idea if you went back home till you felt better, Jessica.
I couldn't do that, officer. What if I got the part and I wasn't there?
Will it hurt?
Sure. Is it a fracture? Yes. Is it gonna be much longer? You guys gonna get this rewire job done or what? So this is what a morgue looks like, huh?
I'm at a loss.
Let's get out of here, Phelps. Don't worry, I've got an idea. It's the tale of this town, Cole. Lambs that go willingly to slaughter. Who the hell is that?
Must be her lawyer. He certainly expedited her release.
I don't like it, Cole. Why is she in such a hurry? We should follow her. There she goes. Come on.
Ballard is definitely up to something. She seems to have made a remarkably speedy recovery. Get in there and see what she's up to. Where's that goddamn waitress? Get in there and see what she's up to. all around.
Baby? No! I don't want him taught a lesson. You know what I want. Well, then make someone else do it! You still know people out here, don't you? Then make some calls! I'm gonna be very clear about this. You get this done, or I'm... Wilson's Hotel. Mr. Mark Bishop, that son of a bitch, lives in apartment 803. Sure, I got the film.
So what's the story? I'm guessing she didn't stop for light refreshments.
She made a call. Sounds like Mark Bishop has a heap of trouble headed his way. I've got an address. Wilson's Hotel, apartment 803.
Oh, shit. You better step on it.
If he's got any sense, he'll be as far away from home as possible.
If he had any sense, he wouldn't have tried bumping off Guy McAfee's wife in the first place. Or he'd have done the job properly. McAfee will break a fella's legs just for looking at his broad.
What did you make of the kid? You believe her story?
I think she was doped out of her tiny mind and given the casting couch. That fucking bitch Ballard sold her out.
So if Ballard was doing someone a favor, why did they try to kill her?
All units in the vicinity in car 11K, 11 King, a 415 in progress at apartment 803, Wilson's Apartment Hotel, 1220 West 7th Street, Westlake Park.
Isn't he the cop they've been talking about on the radio? Wanted to have a conversation.
Go left now.
Car 11K, 11 King, we have no other units available. What is your ETA to the 415 in progress at 1220 West 7th Street? Repeat, 1220 West 7th Street, Wilson's Apartment Hotel. 11K handle code 3. Any other units that can assist identified?
Roger, KGPL. 11K en route.
I'm Detective Phelps. We received a call about a domestic disturbance in apartment 803.
Oh, the detectives. Listen, Mrs. Bishop's pretty upset. Take the elevator and then left down the corridor. It's the last door on the right.
So what next?
Gun it! Let's get to the apartment before someone gets hurt.
All I know is all I've told you, Detective.
What now?
Gun it! Let's get to the apartment before someone gets hurt.
Sounds like we're about to make it a hat trick of hysterical female witnesses. LAPD, ma'am. Are you in danger?
I'm all right now. You just missed them. Horrible, awful men.
Are you injured, Mrs.?
Mrs. Bishop. Gloria Bishop. Please, come in, officers. I'll just need to sit down for a moment. Forgive me.
That's perfectly normal, ma'am.
Just look at this mess!
We'll take a quick search of the premises, ma'am. You take a moment to gather your thoughts.
I will. Thank you, officer.
Doesn't give me anything to go on. Junk. Not much help. Don't think this is any use to us. This doesn't pertain to the case. Presented to Mark. Seems irrelevant. Looks like the old movie set downtown. Great Wall of Babylon. A replica of a replica. Not everything here is going to be relevant. Optimistic, Cole. I doubt it. Not sure this means much. I don't think this is going to help us.